Doom Buddies. My name's Erin.
And I'm Kate.
And we're unhinged, childless millennial Disney adults.
Serving you the hottest takes and all the best tips, tricks, and secrets.
Hell yeah. So today's episode is about our Disney trip. Obviously, we talked about our HHN trip. But we're going to be telling you the things we loved about our Disney trip and the things we hated about our Disney trip. Yes, I said it.
I was going to say,
hated.
We're using the word hate.
Hated.
Because it really made us feel some type of way.
It did. So stick around to find out what we hated.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, we're going to start with the good things.
We'll start on a positive note.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which, let's just say we have a lot more good things than bad things.
Right. Like, obviously, overall, anytime you go to Disney, better than not being at Disney.
Yes. I mean, we love Disney. Hello, we have freaking ears on right now.
Look at me.
Look at this wall of art. It's all Disney, okay?
I don't know if you knew this, but we like Disney.
So anyways, let's talk about our top 4 things that we loved about our Disney trip. Do you want to start?
Sure.
Sweet.
All right. Number 1, awesome, best thing, which really is no surprise. Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. Woo woo.
Boo to you. Boo boo boo.
Woo. Oh my gosh. So many good things.
Yes.
So many great memories. Main things that really stuck out were our interactions with cast members.
Yes. So if you follow us on Instagram, you'll know that Kate and I went as Belle in her town outfit, and Kate went as Rapunzel, and they did an amazing job making the hair glow. It was just freaking beautiful and magical. So, and we did it mainly so that we could take beautiful pictures at the park.
It was for the content.
Yeah.
And to be able to walk around because you're not allowed to dress up any other time of year. You can only dress up for the Halloween party. And you have to do Disney. You have to do a Disney costume.
100%.
The pictures we took, which I'm sure you've seen,
they're amazing. And there's more to come. I didn't want to just bombard everyone with all of our pictures, but oh my gosh, they're just stunning. And even though Rapunzel got shafted and has the fucking bathrooms, Kate made it look like they walked out of a storybook, like just freaking magical as fuck. So that was amazing. And then Kate took pictures of Ben and I in our costumes by Be Our Guest.
It's just unreal.
Oh my God, they look so...
You literally cried.
I cried.
And the pictures we took together, it just...
At the fountain. Oh my gosh. You'll have to check it out. If you don't already follow us on Instagram, you should. It's Doom Buddies. Doom_buddies. So you can check those out. So going back to the cast members, we had some amazing interactions. We had one who came up to us. She actually follows us now.
It's
and
Michaela, right?
Michaela, yep. Yeah. And she was literally like rolling some bin and just stopped us and said... I'm
assuming she was a merch cast member.
Yeah.
It was probably like on their way to like stock something or like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she complimented us and just said how great we looked and whatever. And we were like, hey, do you want a friendship bracelet? And she took our Doom Buddies one and took a picture with us. And she was just so sweet. And she left a comment on our page just saying how people like us are what make a cast member's day working.
Yeah.
And being kind to them and courteous, like, go figure. Like,
it's so hard. It's really hard
so
to
hard.
do. I don't know if you knew that. But.
Yeah. So that was so sweet. And then there was
we got like little like trinkets, like little gifts
stickers
and things. Like you got a Belle sticker and I got a Rapunzel sticker from a cast member. And then we got the celebration buttons where you can put like, I'm celebrating blank. And this cast member just came up to us and gave us the buttons that said, I'm celebrating being a princess.
It was just so sweet. And I don't know, just they made it. Like they made that time for us, and they were so kind, and like we were so thankful and grateful. We gave them all friendship bracelets.
Yes, we made it. We originally made the friendship bracelets to trade with everyone or give them out to everyone, and ended up being like, we were like, okay, we're gonna focus on giving them to cast members. Cast members or team members at Universal. We were like, yeah, you know what? I feel like these people could use it.
Yeah, yeah. And I think they did, like, they appreciated it so much.
They loved it. Everyone that I offered it to was like, oh my gosh, really? So,
yeah. It was amazing. And then it was funny, like, kind of going off of that, you know, dressing up as the princesses. You know, you can get into kind of tricky waters. You have to be careful because people will start thinking that you work there. And it happened.
They did. They did think that we worked there.
Did.
There were kids coming up to us with autograph books open and excited, like,
yeah.
Can we take pictures with you? Everyone was so, and like,
there was literally a time, like, someone explained this to me. I just don't understand how this happened. Kate and I were literally filming a TikTok with our phones.
Yeah.
Out.
Like, we were on our phone, like, you were holding yours so we could hear the sound.
Yes.
And, like, I was just holding mine just anyway, and, like, people still.
They were, like, forming a line, and we're like, what? Like,
I was like,
we're clearly not, like, it was. So, I mean, we felt great. We're like, oh, wow. Like,
oh, yeah, like, I've never felt better in a costume.
I mean, I'm in my, we're in our 30s, and, you know, it was pretty awesome to have people do that. But we had to make sure that we were saying, listen, we don't work here. We can't do autographs. We can't take pictures. Like,
as much as I wanted to.
Yes, as much as we'd like to pretend we are, we can't. We don't want to get kicked out of Disney. So,
no.
That was really, you know, that was interesting. That to me, like, was the part I'll always remember.
It felt like being like a celebrity.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he looks so. Oh, can we take pictures with? Oh, I'm sorry. No, sorry.
No pictures, please. No pictures, please.
So that was really fun, and then obviously, you know, Mickey's Not So Scary has amazing parade. Boo to You. They have the Sanderson Sisters show.
It's a good show, and it's actually
amazing.
Live performers. Like, they have live mics. It's not pre-recorded, so they actually are talented, and you know. And
you get to see the villains. Like, you don't get to see the villains that often at Disney World. Like, they don't roam around like Disneyland. Like, it's not something that happens all the time. So, like, seeing them on stage, like, giving it their all, dude, oh my God. Sign me up. So, yeah, amazing. You know, the lines aren't as long, you know, depending on the night, I guess. But it didn't seem as busy as last year to me. Last year seemed like it was insane.
Correct.
This year seemed like not as crowded, which was nice. We could take pictures. We could kind of, you know, mosey around. So that was really good. And the food and drinks were really good. I had like a really yummy, like, what is it, sweet and hot, like, chicken sandwich. I had a Cosmic Rays. That was good.
I had the meatball sub.
Yeah.
That, like, looked like teeth.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was really good.
The food was good. Ben got the apple fritter shake, which was what I really wanted to try. And since I have, you know, problems with dairy, I only had a little bit of it. But from what I had, it was so good.
The apple, like, whipped cream that was on it.
It was so good. Ooh. And of course, you're getting candy. You're trick-or-treating around Magic Kingdom.
I still have mine.
We tore through that shit like
I believe it.
Like it was the fucking apocalypse, dude.
Our rations are gone.
Yeah, they're gone. Bye. It was mostly Ben.
I believe it.
And then of course I got to bring this up now that we're talking about Ben.
Yes.
But the River Styx elixir was this green, delicious, sparkly, refreshing drink.
It was kiwi lemonade,
and it was good. Him and I mean, I had maybe 2 drinks of it. He had like 4 or 5. He was like, "This is good." And the next morning, he's like, "I was shitting green." He drank so much of it.
He's like, "I need another one." And he literally got, like, they told him what was in it, like, what the syrup was called.
Yeah, so he could make it. It was delicious. I, like, thinking about it, it's like, ooh, that was really refreshing.
Because it was hot.
Yeah.
I feel like it was pretty, like, humid.
Yeah. It was.
My costume was stinky.
No, I think that was the day where we walked, like, I remember in the morning, I walked out on the porch with you, and it just felt like a wall of humidity.
Was humid that day.
It was crazy, but it still was an amazing night. So that was our top one. Mickey's Not So Scary. We love it. You got to do it. I mean, haters are going to hate, but honestly, if you love Halloween, if you love the villains, if you love, just being at Magic Kingdom at night, like, is just so cool. So, anyways, that was number 1. Number 2.
Number 2, this is kind of a broad topic, I guess, but we had a lot of really good character interactions. We always make it a point to do meet and greets with the characters, and because it's different every time. You're gonna get different conversations with different characters, and then, like, this time around, we met new characters, and Erin got to meet a bunch of characters that she has never met before. So we actually ended up meeting, like, almost, like, 15 different characters.
Crazy. Yeah. So,
yeah.
The first one that we met, I think, well, no, because at Mickey's Not So Scary, we met Rapunzel. Mm-hmm, so Kate had a little, like, Spider-Man moment where they looked the same. Huh? What?
Yeah, and I gave Rapunzel a friendship bracelet.
Oh, yeah.
And we got to twirl together, and she told me how to pose so we could, like, match for a little picture.
So cute.
It was adorable. Like, and people in line, when we were waiting, they're like, oh my gosh, there's Rapunzel's right there. I'm like,
ah! Yeah, that was so cute. And then right after, because they had 2 princesses, was Tiana, and oh my gosh, she was a gem.
She was gorgeous.
She was beautiful. She, like, her voice was perfect.
Spot on.
She was so cute. Oh my gosh.
What did we talk about with her? We talked about
beignets.
Our dresses.
Yep.
I think we talked
Mama
about.
Odie.
Yep.
She was talking about Mama Odie, and, like, I thought, didn't she say something about Mama Odie making our clothes? Yeah, okay, that's what I thought.
Because she made her dress.
Yes, yeah. She was really, really cute. I didn't get a chance to meet Belle that night, but, things happen. And I've met her before, so
But you did get to see your man in the parade.
I did. Oh my gosh, Gaston. I got some of the best footage, and I was like, Gaston, during the Boo to You parade, and he looked back and he was like, oh, hello, Belle, and he, like, was doing his dance and all this stuff, and oh my gosh, I couldn't have planned it better. It was perfect. Oh my gosh, how funny. I totally forgot about that. And then Figment, which was the first time, I mean, I've never seen Figment.
I've never met Figment.
Yep. So that was amazing. He was so cute. We, like, did a little dance with him.
We were obnoxiously obnoxious when we went up to him, and, like, I, like, ran right in there for a hug. I didn't care.
Yeah.
I was
like,
Figment, I'm so excited to see you. And Figment's probably like, oh, brother.
Who knows? They probably love it.
We did a little dance together, and then we were like, yay! We took, like, a couple different posed pictures with him, and he gave us little kisses. I remember.
It was so cute.
His little, like, autograph card that they
they gave us a little autograph. I still have that.
Got mine.
And then we saw Joy, and then we saw Mulan, which was the first time I ever saw Mulan, and I cried.
Yep, you cried.
It's so stupid. Okay, before you guys think, oh, well, that's so dumb, they should know that they're actresses, blah, blah, blah. I know that, okay, but it's what they represent. Right. And Mulan is one of my favorite characters, and I said to the actress, I was like, Mulan.
You said to Mulan.
Yes, to Mulan. I said,
wait a minute.
You're so strong and brave, and I started getting emotional. And she was so sweet. It was adorable. I think she was a little thrown off that like
well, the few people that had gone before us were kind of like just
they didn't
there.
Like, they didn't speak English either, I think,
one family
too.
didn't speak English. The other one, they were just like there. Remember I told you they were singing the Let's Get Down to Biz?
Yeah,
and they were singing the wrong words.
Yeah. Oh.
So like, she was probably like, all right,
move on.
And then it gets us,
and we're
crazy.
like, yeah.
And we're talking to her about like training.
Yeah.
She was asking us to like come train with her
on the mountain.
Shang, on the mountain, and like showed us how to do like a warrior pose.
Yeah, it was cute.
Which I love it.
I'll have to drop some of these photos on our YouTube video because we're talking
Insert
about
picture here.
Boom. Yeah, that was amazing. You met Anna and Elsa.
Mm-hmm. I was Disney bounding as Anna.
Mm-hmm.
And I met her and she was so sweet. Like a lot of times I feel like I always want to hug them and I feel weird asking for a hug, but these ones like initiated it. And I'm like, yay, because like I want to give them a hug.
They're so cute. Yeah, Anna and Elsa are a staple.
We talked about the Food and Wine Festival and how I had chocolate cake. And we talked about eating chocolate in Arendelle. And
it's the best in Arendelle.
The best chocolate is there. And she told me how she made chocolate-covered carrots for Sven. I was like, that's interesting.
Aww.
And then Elsa was flawless, stunning. And she noticed my Disney bound. And she was like, oh, like you have me and my sister with you, like always, because you have the snowflake earrings and you have my sister's necklace. And I showed them my, like, all the characters we met, I showed them my tattoos too, because now I have most of the characters on there, and I'm like, you're always with me, blah, blah, you're my friend, I love the story.
Aww.
Like, just a nerd. And I was the only one in there, which was really
That's
cool.
crazy.
So I got to have, like, extra time
with them. Oh my gosh, yeah, that never happens. That's great.
We love it.
And then I was Disney bounding as Jasmine, so we got to see Jasmine, which is one of my other favorites. And she was so cute, too.
She was funny.
She looked like her. She had that like kind of attitude that Jasmine has. What was she talking about?
We were talking shit about Aladdin.
We were talking shit about Aladdin
because he lied. Remember?
Yeah.
He said he was gonna go do whatever, and then she caught him at Magic Kingdom at the marketplace.
Yeah.
And we were like, sounds like Aladdin. It sounds like something he would do.
Yeah, that was a good interaction. She was really, really good as well. Like, I think this year we had really great interactions, sorry. And then we saw Moana at Animal Kingdom, and she showed us how to wayfind.
I literally haven't seen her since she first debuted as a character.
I've never met her. Never.
And then they, like, tucked her away from the world.
Yeah.
It was cool to see her, and, yeah, she taught us how to wayfind.
Yeah.
I got into an argument with a lady in line about Moana.
Oh yeah, tell them.
It wasn't really an argument, but she was like, "Oh, Moana." She was talking to her grandson or whoever she was with, like younger boy, and she was like, "Yeah, Moana's not a princess," and I was like, "Yes, she is," and she's like, "No, she's not. She's the chief's daughter or whatever." And I was like, well, yeah, like, duh, I know that. But I'm like, but she's on the official Disney Princess merch. She's in the lineup of Disney princesses, so she's a princess. And she's like, well, if you ask her if she's a princess, she's going to tell you no. And I was like, yeah, well, go ask her.
Dumbass.
And guess what? She did not ask her.
Exactly, because she doesn't want to get shown up.
Which, again, is no big deal, but I overhear things like that. And
you gotta correct it.
I had to say, I'm like, she is a princess. Like, she needs to get that respect. Like, respect the name. Moana is a princess.
Yes. And I have to say, too, like, off topic a little bit.
The story of our life.
It's fine. No, it's not really off topic, but I just want to say that I noticed a lot more that there's a lot more body inclusivity with the characters now.
Yes.
And I love that.
Yeah.
It was cool to see some of that with the princesses in the parade, meeting them. Like, it was really cool.
We love it.
We love it. Oh, we didn't talk about the Dapper Dans.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I actually saw them for the first time. I mean, when we went after COVID, they were driving around in the little trolley around Main Street, so that was cool. But we actually got to meet them, take pictures with them, listen to like more of their songs. They had those little like
hand.
Yeah, like
I forget what they're called.
They said it too, and I forgot. But that was really cool. They were really nice.
Yeah, they did their little set, and then they were like, "Have a magical day," and then they just stood there for pictures, and I was like, "Oh, we're getting in. That."
We're getting in.
I've seen them perform many times, but I've never gotten pictures with them, and they are iconic.
Yeah, and then of course, saving the best for last, in my opinion, with Star Wars, we had some great interactions with the Stormtroopers and Kylo Ren, and when we were about to go to the cantina, Olga's cantina for our reservation, the Stormtroopers came out and they like targeted Ben and I because they knew that I was dressed as Hera and he was Kanan. And we had a good little bit with them. I'll have to post that, obviously. I've been waiting. And then later on in the day, the Stormtroopers saw Kate and their tattoo. And their tattoo has Kylo. Maybe they didn't see the Rey one. But
I purposefully
showed.
I saw that they were there, and I saw that Kylo was with them. So I kind of stuck my one leg out just further than the other one, and kind of just leaned a little bit. And they literally target
and they're like, come with us, basically.
And I was like, what? I didn't know, because that has never happened to me. I didn't know if they really meant it, or because they're pre-programmed things that they say. The Stormtroopers, they're activated by little buttons in their gloves and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm join the First Order. Okay, yeah, I'll do that. I was whatever. And then
they kept motioning.
They were
them
come
to
on.
Follow.
And I was like, what? And the attendant was like, yeah, they want you to follow. And I was like, oh.
And then Kate said an iconic line, but again, you got to follow our Instagram to get that.
It was unintentionally
hilarious.
And then they took us up around the bend over by the Falcon, and
where that perfect picture spot where you're at that upper level where you can see,
where you're looking down on it.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, we have someone that you need to speak to or whatever. And then Kylo came over and was like, oh, do you support the cause or whatever? And he was like, oh, he said, do you are you going to support the First Order, or do I have to make you or something? Yeah. And I was like,
you were like, no, I'll follow you anyway.
I will do whatever you say. I said, I'll do whatever you say. Whatever you say. I would literally.
We could go in another room right now.
I was like, let's go. You want to go back to
another galaxy?
Let's go. Let's get in the ship. And so I got my own little picture with him and the trooper, and the trooper held my hand for a second. It was really weird, and I didn't know if I was supposed to do that or not. I didn't know if I was supposed to do that or not, because they put their hand out like this, and I didn't know if they were gesturing. No, it's cringe, but.
It's not cringe. You're holding hands with a stormtrooper. What the fuck? I want to do that.
I was like, how'd they know I have a mask kink?
Yo.
This is
why I said we're unhinged in the beginning.
Wrong. But it was cool. I've never had that. I've had interactions with the characters on Batuu before, but usually because I'm dressed in resistance gear or Rey stuff, so I talk with the good guys. So this time
that was
around,
awesome.
I was like,
it made Kate a Star Wars fan.
Yeah, I
again.
like Star Wars again now, guys.
I always liked it. I always will. I'm trying to get them back on the good side. All right, number 3. Number 3 was obviously the nighttime shows. So it had been a minute since we seen Happily Ever After, and oh my.
There's footage of that as well.
There's footage of that. That's already up of us bawling our eyes out.
Ooh.
That show gets us every time, dude.
Chewy.
I'm sorry, but that one tops them all. It tops them all for me.
The soundtrack is just so moving. The way that they specifically targeted people our age.
Yeah, 100%. The best movies are from our age.
The Disney Renaissance, the 90s.
Yeah, I mean, let's just face it. Like The Hunchback, like Hercules, Moana isn't from the 90s. Tarzan. Oh my God, please. We literally cry the whole time, except for the one part where Genie comes up and is singing "Friend Like Me." Yeah, and then but every other time, crying. And I think for me too, the thing that gets me the most is the announcer, where he's like, "Your dreams can come true if you follow like your heart," and like the most,
now it's your turn.
Yeah. Let the dream live within you. Yeah.
I literally just got goosebumps.
I'm telling you, but the thing is, and again, you might think we're stupid, but I leave inspired as fuck.
I do. I feel so empowered.
Yes.
I feel so hurt because like the whole thing is about going through a journey and and that you did, fail or you did bad things happen to you.
Yeah.
But then like that you rise from it. Yeah. And that obviously really it sticks with me. It hits home.
Yep.
It hits home for pretty much everyone too, but just I take it very personally. Like
I mean, I don't see people crying as much as we are.
No, I
by
don't.
us. But again, I think we're very we're very emotional. Yeah. For me, the thing that empowers me is knowing that dreams can come true, and knowing that if you try, if you give it your honest best, which is why we're doing what we're fucking doing now, like
which is why we're sitting here.
Yeah, like that your dreams can come true, and I believe that. Like I don't think that's just a fairy tale thing. Like I believe that can happen. And so for me, like hearing those messaging like throughout all of the Disney stories and then in the show, it just makes me feel like I can do anything, you know? So that, amazing. Happily Ever After is amazing. And like literally even as we're leaving to go do something else, I'm still crying.
We were still crying as we were walking. We were about to go to Haunted Mansion.
Yeah, I'm like,
we're going on the opposite direction of the crowd. Like we're getting trampled. And we're like
I could just die right now. No, just kidding.
I need to lay down.
Yeah. So there's that. And then this year, the new Fantasmic show. So, obviously some of the things were the same, but they had a lot of different stuff in this show this time. And
I cried.
Oh my gosh, it was I really
I cried hard.
Yeah. Me too. I don't think I expected it to be as good as it was.
I didn't, because I got to be honest, we all know that Hollywood Studios is not my favorite, and Fantasmic never really ranked higher than the other shows for me. It kicked my butt. It sent me on a journey.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, again, like the messaging, like with Mickey starting out like talking about your dreams and fantasies coming true, and then things go bad.
Yeah.
And then he uses the princesses to bring him back to
He literally, he calls the princesses to help him, and who shows up but like the most badass, like Pocahontas, Moana, Elsa. All the forces of nature, like, and all of those songs are just so emotional, and it's Elsa, and it's not Let It Go, it's Show Yourself.
Yes.
Like, and that
it was so good, and that was like the perfect way to end our trip.
Oh, but then Aladdin, like,
oh my God, yeah,
swung out, and then
Mulan
did the little, but Aladdin sang the end of the there's so much more to me.
Yeah,
and I was,
I need to watch it again. I need to go
watch it right now.
Right after this, we're gonna watch
Roll it.
Okay, so obviously nighttime shows killed it, loved it. last thing were the rides. So we did a couple things that we didn't normally do. Like this time I did the train in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah. It was under refurb for a really long time.
Yeah.
Because I've always been yelling at you to go on it.
Yeah, it was really chill. It felt like almost like a backlot tour thing where you get to see kind of like behind the scenes of Disney stuff. That was really, really chill and nice. And yeah, I just
little,
felt
like, narration is really cute.
Yeah.
Like, the guy's like, he's like, I had a dream. Like, again, of course. I've got a dream. I've got a dream. I was just a little boy on Main Street, and I dreamed that one day I would be the conductor of the train, and now here I am. And he's like taking you on a tour of all the different lands of Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I feel like we were able to do a lot of the rides we wanted to do this year. There were a couple that we didn't get to do, but mostly because the one day was really busy at Hollywood Studios, which we'll talk about that. But when we did Guardians of the Galaxy, we got our favorite song, Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Yes.
And it was so funny because literally we were in line and we were manifesting it. We were literally manifesting
it. Please.
We're like, everybody wants to rule the world. We were singing it. We were like, this is going to happen. And it did. It fucking did.
And it was funny, too, because there was a guy on the ride with us, like, in one of the other cars. And he screams out, like, right at the point where they're about to blast you, back or whatever. And did he scream out September?
I think so.
He was like, September! Like, he wanted it to be September, and I no! I, got visibly angry. And then all you hear is, and we were like, yeah! Like,
we're screaming. Oh, it was so good.
It was, like, I felt like I liked it more.
I liked it more, too.
Because it was that song.
I loved it.
And I loved it the first time, but because it just made it.
I feel like the first time I rode that ride, I was like, oh, it was okay. And this time I was like, that was awesome. It was just, I don't know, it made it for me.
It, like the vibe of it, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And then we went on Tron for the first time, which Kate didn't really care for.
It was mid.
I thought it was good.
If anything, I would like to go on it at nighttime.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I think I liked it mainly for the reason that it's just a different way of riding a vehicle. Like, you literally are, like, strapped in, like, laying down almost. And,
it hurt a little bit, though.
Well, I'm thick, so it was okay for me. You probably had your bones crunched. And
I'm so bony. I'm so skeletal. Like, my sternum was up against it, and I was like, oh.
It was, like, on my butt, and I'm like, oh.
You were like, oh, this feels kind of good.
Oh. No, it was, in all seriousness, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I thought it could have been longer, but I would just say overall for our vacation, like, we were able to get the Genie Plus.
Yep.
So that helped our vacation quite a bit. But I felt like overall that this trip was the most chill of all the trips we've been on. There are a lot of times where you go to a Disney trip and you're like, let's do all these rides. Let's do this. Let's do that. Whatever. Get it done fast. And I feel like it's important to plan out and the characters you want to see, look at the times, the rides you want to go on, plan out your fast pass. I'm old.
Yeah.
Your Genie Plus. But this year it felt like we planned everything, but it was very, like, not rushy. It was very, like, okay, like, we'll go here next, and then we'll do this.
That's my favorite way to do it, especially how we mentioned our age earlier, and I can't really do I can do a rope drop to park close day. I could, and I would, but I don't really want to.
Yeah, I mean, it's better to sleep in and gain energy, and let's face it, like, our feet hurt at the end of the day. Like, it's very physical, like, and Kate and I don't always wear the best shoes. Let's be honest, we do anything that actually looks good with our outfit. We don't really care about comfort.
I think I wore sneakers one day, and it didn't even matter.
Yeah, I don't think I did too, and I don't think it mattered.
It felt the same as when I wore my platform sandals. So I said,
who cares?
I'll wear my sandals then.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, it is what it is. Oh, and quickly, guess who got the Disney rash this year? Me! Like, what the hell? How did I get it? I don't know.
You were talking shit. So.
I think it's because I was talking shit, and it was insanely humid.
It was very humid.
So I think that's...
But somehow, I think I got it, but like just a little bit. But now because I have so many tattoos, I can't really
covers
tell
it up.
if I have it, so I'm not as worried about it. And it didn't... Like, I felt a little bit of like a burning, but it kind of went away.
Mine was itchy, but it was, yeah, weird, but very unideal. Gross. All right. So, overall, trip was amazing. Rides, the way we planned it, very chill. You know, everything that we just mentioned made it one of the best trips we've had. So, let's get into what we hated. Boo. Well, number one
this
is pretty much all-encompassing.
This is obvious.
This is obvious. People. And we're not even talking about people who work for Disney.
Nope.
Because cast members,
they're amazing.
Love them. It's seeing the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
Bringing their families and their spawn of Satan children to Disney. Yeah, and we have some receipts. So, not only are people rude to the staff, to people around them, they will push you to try and get to a show that literally, like, we're all in one, like, we're all gonna go see the show. Like, there's no need for you to push into us.
And
yeah.
Shove people.
People are rude, and people are rude to the cast members, and they think that they're just very entitled, and they're dirty. So, one of the things that we saw in every park that we went to, every single park, parking lot. Garbage.
Trash.
Garbage. So, they left with their car, and in the space where their car was,
trash.
Like a heap
lot
of trash in their parking spot. Like, literally.
Like, purposefully, deliberately. Like, you know, like, if you have fast food and you keep the bag and you throw your garbage in the bag.
Right.
So that, like, when you get out of the car, you could throw it out.
Right.
They just, just left
it all there.
And, like, diapers and, like...
Ugh. It was utterly disgusting.
And, like, merch that they probably had bought, like, bags from... It's like when you go to the mall after, like, Black Friday or...
Ugh. It just was
disgusting.
It was really, like...
Like, it was really a lot.
It was. And it was, like, you look down the parking lot, and, like, there's heaps of trash everywhere.
Yeah. It wasn't just, like, one little thing here and there. Like, one day we noticed it. It was, like, enough to mention.
It just is inconsiderate. Like, the people who work in the parking lots have a hard enough time getting people to fucking listen to them, to park in the right spot, and to not walk in traffic, and to not go in the wrong line, and to stay behind the frickin' yellow lines before you get on the tram. Like, they have a hard enough job trying to get these stupid people to listen to them. Now, at the end of the night, they gotta pick up your fucking trash. Like, come on. Sorry for my language, but that's really gross and rude, and you have to be pretty scummy to do that. I'm sorry. Would you be fine with people leaving heaps of garbage in your driveway? Probably not. So why would you do that at a public park? Like, I don't know.
It's
so
gross.
That was awful.
And they do the same thing in the restaurants too, or even just quick service, like, food locations. Like, they'll just leave their trays. Like, for some places they did, like at the ABC commissary at Hollywood Studios, they had signs on the table that said, please leave your trays here, and a cast member will pick
Pick
it
them
up.
up.
And they were coming around, and can I take that for you? Great.
Right.
But pretty much everywhere else, it's not like that. Like, they have garbage cans, and they have a place for you to put your tray. It's like, you know, when you go to, like, McDonald's or whatever. But I mean, I know people don't clean up after themselves there, and it's not cool regardless if it's Disney or McDonald's. But, like, trash, just cups
Awful.
and food, and, like, I get it if you spilled something and, like, your popcorn, you're not gonna pick it up, like,
right,
whatever. But, like, deliberately leaving, like, napkins, cups, and
just everywhere,
just there, like, because you can't be bothered to walk 3 feet to throw it out.
It's terrible. And Disney, I was talking to a cast member, patient actually, who used to be a cast member, and she was saying that, like, Disney has a ton of garbage cans for this reason.
Yes.
That you don't have to walk very far to find a
one.
place to put your garbage.
Right.
So, yeah. And then...
Did you know they actually, this is a fun fact, did you know they, the people who designed the garbage bins for Disney World, like, that was the first time they ever designed a garbage can that, like, you push the thing, like, the flap through.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's where that design of garbage cans in the world comes from.
Wow.
Like, they made that so that it would be, like, more, you know, visually appealing.
Yeah.
And, like, hide the smell, and so things can't,
Wow. That's cool. Disney. Look at you.
The more you know.
And then there was another instance where we were eating at Food and Wine Festival, and there's birds and ducks and stuff, and there's literal signs that say, don't feed the animals.
Oh my God.
And these literally
Stupid.
these
morons.
These stupid people are feeding, like, their leftovers and bread to the ducks and the birds. And
Openly, just like...
just doing it, even though the sign is right there and they see it. And literally Kate said, or I don't know.
It was Ben.
Oh, it was Ben, said, like, that's not good for them. Like, why are you doing that? And what did the one girl say? I make bad decisions. Like,
oh my God.
remember?
Yes.
She made a comment to, I don't know if it was us or someone else, because someone else said that.
I think someone overheard us, or, you know, saw us giving them really dirty looks. But they were like, you know, like, I don't make good decisions for myself, so whatever, like, try to justify, like, that, oh, like, I treat myself badly, so I can
do this to the
animals badly.
I don't know. Again, just literal trash. Like, people are just awful. And then just going, again, we just heard some stories this week about some guy, there was on TikTok, some guy literally jumping into the lagoon in Epcot.
Yeah.
Just going for a swim.
Jumped in.
Like,
jumped off one of the bridges and jumped in the water. Well, okay. Enjoy. I hope it was worth it. Banned.
I hope you get bit by an alligator, bro.
I hope you get a brain-eating amoeba.
Yeah, me too. I hope you're banned and you get a brain-eating amoeba.
Except there's not much brain for the amoeba to
Oh,
eat,
definitely
so.
not. He'll be dead soon.
Great. I love it.
So, and then I heard this story, which is appalling to me, that somebody literally shit in line at the Rise of Resistance.
Well, it is a very long line.
It is.
But
they have, someone told me at Disneyland they have bathrooms in the queue.
And do they have them at Disney World?
I don't know.
No, they don't.
But I think they shit in the line at Disneyland.
So there's no excuse.
So there's no excuse no matter what. Get out of line and go to the bathroom. Like, what?
Like, it is rude to be that person that's like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom, and then, like, you have to come back and cut through everybody and, like,
But
whatever.
I get that if you're,
but
like...
I'd rather do that. What? What possesses you that you're like, I gotta do this right here, right now?
So, yeah.
This ride that costs millions of dollars, this experience that I'm about to ruin for people because...
I can't hold my... like, jeez, I don't know.
I have to laugh about it because it's just so ridiculous.
It is. And I don't know, like...
It makes me so mad, like, irrationally angry.
Yeah, me too. I mean, obviously, it's...
That I have to just laugh because, like... it'll ruin my day.
Oh, man. And this is why, like, we just don't like to be around a lot of these people. Like, it's just, people are so rude.
Poorly behaved, no manners, no respect. They just forget. Like, I want to know what they do in their everyday life and if they act that way normally.
Right. Or if it's just because they spent money and they feel entitled that they
think
can
that
act
like
like
it's
this.
You know, that they're the main character.
Maybe.
And they're, you know, no one exists. It's all about them.
Yeah. Another really quick story. I was talking to a patient again, same patient, who was a cast member, and I asked them what was their most memorable, worst experience with people. And she said it happened often. She said people were very rude. She worked in the Emporium.
Oh,
so she said people were so mean that she often hid in the back stockroom area with the plushies. She said it was so bad sometimes.
Oh, I believe it.
And she said, she told me a story about this one girl who was crying so bad because she wanted a balloon. So cast members have a chance to do some extra magic things for the kids.
Magic moments.
Yep, magic moments. Thank you.
I remember this.
And so she ran down into the tunnels to grab like a balloon and run all the way back to this girl. And she cried to her parents that it wasn't the right balloon. It wasn't the balloon that she wanted. And the parents didn't say anything about her being like, she got this for you, like blah blah blah, like and
I would have sat there, I would have popped it right in her fucking face.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I just don't understand where people have the audacity.
That's
like
horrible.
To just be bad people.
Oh my god.
And I feel like it's so funny because like I feel like it's highlighted when you're at Disney. It's like you just see the worst of the worst. And I don't know why, because you're in the happiest place on earth. Why are people like being so shitty?
It's because they have miserable lives.
Yeah. It must be. It must be that they just have a lot of money to spend, but they hate their lives and they're just mean to other people.
I feel like a lot of people like go to Disney because it's like the thing to do. Like, oh, everyone does it. Like once in their lifetime, like, you know, after the Super Bowl, what are you going to do? I'm going to Disney World. Like they don't actually care. Like they don't even know, you know, half the time like when I'm dressed as Rapunzel, people are going, oh, look, it's Elsa. Like, people don't even know what's going on half the time, and it's just, like, a thing to do. Like, oh, we can post these on Facebook that we went to Disney World.
Right. And let me just put this disclaimer out there. We're talking more of, like, the normies and, like, the people who, like, bring their like you just said. There's a difference between people who are like the actual Disney adults that are respectful and love Disney and love what Disney represents, and they are the ones who are like us. There are a lot of those people out there too. So just a disclaimer, we know who those people are. Like, those are the good ones. But there's a lot of bad ones there when you go.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate. And that's what ruins, it doesn't ruin our trip, but it takes the magic away from what could be just completely immersive magic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Like, you can be, like, going another tangent. You could be, like, totally immersed in the moment, like how we were about to go watch that little cavalcade.
Yeah. Cavalcade. You said it right.
Words. Because we were really excited to see that they added new characters to it, and because it was like Hispanic Heritage Month, they had a big emphasis on those characters, and we literally like just kind of stumbled upon it, and we got a spot right where the tape was.
Yep.
So that we could have a front row view of this little mini parade. It's not even like they don't do anything. They just walk and wave, and like, there's whatever. And we're standing there, and I have my phone out. You had your phone out, and I'm like, we're waving to the character. Like, I have this on video. You can see it. And it's like, oh my gosh, hi, it's whoever. Oh my God, Pocahontas.
Mirabelle. Yeah.
And we're like, woohoo, like having so much fun in the moment, waving to characters that we really like. And this woman comes up around me from my right side and like cuts right in front of me and kneels down on the ground, and she goes like, "Oh, sorry." And I'm like, I wanted to kick her, first of all, but
Triggered.
She's over the line. So I already know that, like, she's about to get yelled at because you have to stay behind the line unless you want to get run over by the parade float, which I wish she would have.
Me too.
And she's like, "Oh, sorry," like thinking that you just saying sorry for the atrocity you just committed is gonna help anything, but it's not. And I'm like, before the cast member could even come over to yell at her, I went, "You have to be behind this line." I'm like, "Get
cast
behind
member
the line."
Kate came out.
I was like, "Get behind the line," and she's like, "Oh, sorry," and like backed up from behind it. And literally in my video, you can see the cast members coming up to yell at her and say the exact same thing that I just said.
But then what else did you say?
And then then she thought that, like, again, she's up around my shoulder, and she puts her phone like this and is like leaning on me, and I go, "Get the fuck off me." I literally, and then, to me, that moment, I don't want to say it was ruined, but it really was, because like I totally was taken out of the joy that I had.
Exactly.
That I was like, "Hi, oh my gosh, it's Bruno. It's
Yeah.
Elena, like Raya, like I'm seeing all these really cool characters that you never get to see, or new characters," and I'm like, "Wow, this is so fun." And you just came and you did that for what? For what? Did you get a good picture? Did you get a good video that you're never going to look at again? Do you even know who that... Do you know who that is?
Probably
not. Do you know
not.
that's Mary Poppins and Bert?
No, they probably don't.
You don't?
No.
And you pissed me off. And now I'm standing there and I have my phone and I'm just like...
Yeah, angry. Just angry. So again, people take the magic away from you because you're in
selfish.
You're in this
Entitled.
Immersive, beautiful place, and you're trying to get away from the world, and then you realize,
it keeps creeping in.
Yeah, it's still there. It's still there. Okay, last few. These ones won't be as long-winded. We can talk about how much we don't like people.
I could do that all day.
Time.
I could keep going and going and going. I could tell you so many stories.
I know, same, but for time purposes. So it was really busy.
Very busy.
I think it's getting, more popular to come at that time of year. But I think it was really busy when we were at Hollywood Studios because it was a holiday weekend.
Yes.
So obviously, try not to go to Disney on a holiday weekend because it was insane. It was crazy.
Yeah,
it was
we bought Lightning Lane to use at Hollywood Studios and barely even were able to use it.
We couldn't even buy Rise of Resistance.
Yeah, they
tickets.
were sold.
It was sold out. I don't even know how, So typically, and this is why we usually plan things, and there is a website we go to. Do you remember what the website is?
It's Undercover Tourist.
Okay, I'll link it in our YouTube video, but that's what we use to kind of figure out what days are busy and not busy, and we kind of plan which days we go based on that. But we couldn't really do anything about that. I think we had to make a couple changes.
We had to make a last-minute change so that we were able to see Happily Ever After.
Right. Which was priority number 1, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, whatever.
So that's always not the best thing. So that's our number 2, is just kind of how busy it was.
It was. It definitely seemed a lot busier than... Well, and of course, last year we went during the hurricane.
The hurricane, yeah.
Here comes the hurricane, bitch. So it was like way less crowded last year. But I usually go in October, and it was a lot.
It was. And
it was a lot.
Again, these are actually a lot of things that we didn't like, and it has nothing to do with Disney itself. Just kind of outside factors. Number 3.
This is Disney's fault.
Yes, this is Disney's fault.
There's a lot of stuff that could use refurb. There's a lot of things that need to be like cleaned and repainted.
Yeah.
reupholstered.
So, for example, Kate's favorite ride at Hollywood Studios.
Muppet Vision 3D. And this makes no sense to me, but they just updated the projections on the ride, and they redid the actual film itself to make the film clearer.
Oh, it looked amazing this time around.
It looked so good.
Oh, yeah.
But then you go to sit down and you look, and all the chairs, and it's made to look like a theater, like a movie theater, or just just a opera house or theater house.
Yeah.
With those like little flappy chairs. I don't know what they're called. Flappy chairs.
They know what you're talking about.
The ones that you pull it down. Okay. And they were so musty, dirty, worn. Like, they're supposed to be red.
Yeah.
And they were, like, gray.
They've seen better days, for sure.
A lot of wear. So, like, I know that it would take time to close it down and whatever and freak everybody out like me. I'd be thinking it was closing and I'd probably not be alive any longer. And...
I mean, even part of it was closed off anyway, I think, for refurb. Like, they had, like, the fountain was gone, and I think they're probably re-updating that, which is good, but even that freaked you out.
I was so scared. They had so many walls up around there, and I was like, oh, no.
But, yeah, I think there's a lot of things that desperately just need, just a little bit of attention. Like, even the Beauty and the Beast, I noticed, like, their little, as you're walking past, they have these little, like, posters hanging, and they're just so faded. And
they're literally from when Hollywood Studios was
like when
MGM.
like
they're the same posters, and they're so like there's no saturation to them. They're totally washed out from the sun.
Yep.
Like, how hard would it be to
just reprint
make a new
those?
one?
Yeah.
Or literally print it. I mean, maybe it's so old that they lost that print or whatever,
maybe.
But like, make a new one.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And we've ranted about it before, but like, you look at the other parks and the attention and the love that they get, like, with the quality of rides and just decor, and I'm like, well, why can't?
But then it goes back to our number one.
It goes hand in hand.
It goes hand in hand because people treat the park like trash. They leave their trash everywhere. Right. They literally sit in the graveyard area at near Haunted Mansion. They jump in the water. They sit in the fountains. No wonder they don't want to fucking do it, because people are trash.
Yeah, so we're not allowed to have nice things at Disney World because human beings are awful. So, yeah.
I mean, that's literally the only reason I can come up with. Because why would it be worth it for people to just mess up?
This is where I bring up the Tron
thing.
Yes, so literally Tron is a brand new ride that they have at Magic Kingdom.
Oh.
And the first hallway that you go into that's themed. Like,
oh my God.
So the outdoor queue is not really themed. I think they had like some sounds playing, but like it wasn't immersively themed. And then you go into the building, and like the walls are black, and it had like the blue lighting on the walls or whatever, and it was already like
scratched
peeled
up.
Like, people were peeling at the decals that were on the walls and like whatever. And I literally saw a video or an article that they took it down or like covered it because it's already gotten ruined. Like, and now it's just a black hallway because like people sat there and picked at it and peeled it. Like, that's so disgusting. Like, what?
Like, that literally just makes me want. I can't. Like,
Like, I bet you they didn't do that at the Tron that's in I think it's Tokyo. Where they
probably not, because the Japanese people actually care. Yeah, no. That's got to be the reason, because people are literal trash. They can't treat things with respect.
No.
Where were these people brought up? I don't know.
America.
America.
Yeah.
Okay. Last thing. We thought this year that the merch was just okay.
It was okay.
Clearly we have merch, and we did come home with merch.
I did buy things. It's not like I was like, I don't like anything.
The store outside of Haunted Mansion is always killer. They always have amazing stuff.
I put this shirt on today for the first time since buying it, and it smells like the shop.
Does it?
Like, it smells like the shop.
Oh my god, it does.
Are you kidding me? Like, I put it on, and I was like,
oh man.
It smells like musty.
I like
but,
it.
Like, in a good way.
No, in a good way. Like, they fake must that they
like,
do.
Like, it's antique-y smelling.
Yeah. I love that. I thought that the Halloween merch this year was not great.
Cute. Not cute.
I loved it last year. Last year was on point.
It was cute.
This year's was a little odd. I don't know. I didn't love it.
It wasn't speaking to me.
Me neither.
But the 100th stuff?
The 100th stuff was good. I got, like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, we got a lot of 100th stuff.
Yep.
And it was adorable. The whole theme of the 100th merch was, like, music. So it was, like, the characters playing.
Yeah.
Any character that, like, sings or plays an instrument was really, like, heavily featured.
Yeah. They're so cute. I got a couple hoodies and spirit jersey and these ears and so
we got all the classic stuff. We got ears, we got lounge flies, we got spirit jerseys.
You're talking to the people who bring an extra bag just for merch. So the fact that we didn't come home with a ton kind of tells us a little bit, you know, it wasn't the best. I have, like, no
restraint with that stuff.
Me neither.
Like, if I see it, I'm like, I'm getting this. And
I see it.
There was a lot.
I like it. I want it. I got it.
But there was just, like, there was stuff that I saw, and I was like, how could I refuse?
How could I refuse? Yeah, so.
But overall, I was like, okay, like, this is cool to look at. We were, like, drooling over a lot of the art.
Yeah. Oh, the art.
Which
man.
We had to kind of restrain
Thousands
ourselves.
of dollars, though. If we were rich.
That was.
I'm telling you, dream board is us sharing a home at Golden Oaks, and we buy some of this amazing $1,000 beautiful artwork. Yes, this is the first of my collection. That wasn't too expensive. It wasn't thousands of dollars.
It's fancy.
It is. It's fancy. It's beautiful. So, anyways, that is our episode for today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging in with us. Obviously, we still overall love Disney. We mostly just hate humanity.
We really do. That's what it comes down to. Because there's nothing that Disney itself did. The only thing that they do that bothers me is when they don't, like, fix things when they're broken. Like, I guess you don't really have to do a full overhaul, but, like, fix it. Just fix it.
Just fix it.
Just fix it.
Fix it for the people who care, you know?
Do it for Walt.
Do it for Walt.
How would he feel?
Yeah. Keep that quality.
Yeah.
So, anyways, if you have any comments, please comment. We'd love to hear what your thoughts are.
Tell us the worst of humanity that you've seen at Disney. Did you ever get run over by an ECV? Because I have.
Did you ever get stuck in line behind a couple that thought they were at Hollywood Studios while they're standing in front of the fucking Epcot ball? We have. We have so many stories, and maybe that's another episode.
Share your stories.
Share your stories, guys. And, please like and subscribe, and...
let's make our dreams come true.
Yes! Bye!